Welcome to Bunnies TV live and free across Australia and around the globe. It's Mavo here. We've got the round 21 recap. Liam leaves and Maggie M. So on the show, we're going to have a look at the Broncos 36-20 victory over the Rabbits on Friday night. We're going to talk about the Liam Knight departure, breaking news that came out today. And we're going to feature a young lady called Maggie Maloney, who was a flying machine back in the 20s, because it is Women in League round this week. We've also got some Pathways footage to show you on the show, so got a few new things happening, so stay tuned. Before we move on, Darryl Lee Super Soft Batch 37 Licorice is Aussie made and 100% palm oil free, available in all your leading supermarkets. We've also got our merchandise. It's been selling well. We've got the t-shirts for $20. And we've also got the hoodies for $50. And you can see I got one on. And they've got the big Bunnies TV on the back. They're very warm. Gave one to my daughter Jazz for her birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Jazz. 28 years young. And she went out into town and put it on. She said it was very warm. So, yeah, they are perfect for winter. And welcome to everyone who's joined us. Karina Haza, all the way from Germany, said, "Hi, Mavo, how you doing?" We got NRL X Editing's joined us. Said hi. So hi to you. Thank you for everyone who's joining us in the chat. So, yeah, the Bulldogs announced that they have signed Liam Knight effective immediately. The Rabbitohs sent out a press release, so it has happened. He's going to start training with the Doggies as early as tomorrow with Cameron Ciraldo. So good luck to Liam. He's given us great service at this club. It's been a journey for him, and that journey continues out at Belmore. So good luck to you, mate. And we might come up against you again. I'm not sure if we play them again. But, yeah, good luck to Liam Knight as he makes way. Benjamin Dixon said, hi, hello to you too. So the Broncos, it wasn't pretty. We didn't play that well. But we had no Latrell Mitchell. We had no Junior Totola, who both pulled out late. And we didn't have our flying machine rookie, Tyrone Munro, on the right. So we had a few troops down. But having said that, we were beaten 6-3. The stats were fairly even. We completed at 66%. The Broncos completed at 65%. We made 15 errors. The Broncos made 14 errors. But one stat that was in their favour, we made 35 missed tackles. We had 35 missed tackles, and they only had 20. So the defence wasn't good enough. As you all saw, they put on some good tries, and we hung in there. We scored a few of our own, but we couldn't get the job done in the end. So, yeah, Karina said, sad to see Knighty leaving the Rabbitohs. Too many errors and a bit too much drop ball, but the Broncos took their opportunities, and they had 2 players in the sin bin during the game and still managed to get it done. On the bright side, Alex Johnson's try in the 5th minute made history. He went to 181 tries, took over the great Beaver Menzies, and he's now 3rd on his own all time in this great game of ours. I wrote a story for that in bunniestv.au on the website and used some exclusive photos there, courtesy of Colin Whelan. So, yeah, 3rd all time. He's on the podium of greatness, I called it, and he's now chasing Billy Slater, who has scored 190 tries. And he's hot on the heels of the great Ken Irvine, the 212 magic mark all time. Now, I suspect that in the next year or two he's going to get there if he stays healthy. He's only 28 years old, so he's got some footy left in him. So I reckon if he doesn't do it next year, he'll definitely overtake Billy maybe this year or next. Ken Irvine's in his sights. Now, congrats to George Piggins as well, who made the Hall of Fame, NRL Hall of Fame, and well-deserved. I don't know why it took so long, but and thanks to Norm Lipson, who was at the event with the LaHood brothers, and they took a photo for me, and I used that on my article on bunniestv.au. If you haven't read it, go and have a look. Some good photos on there. But the reason I brought up George Piggins in the Hall of Fame is because Ken Irvine's in the Hall of Fame as the greatest try scorer of all time. I think AJ, if he gets there, he'll be joining him in the Hall of Fame. Ken Irvine, George Piggins, Alex Johnston. Magic Johnston. Yes, indeed. Marty Tapau How did he stay on the field? What do you got to do to get sent off these days? I had someone having a bit of an argument on Instagram that he didn't do any damage, so it's okay. So with that logic, you can pick someone up on their head, drop them on their neck, and as long as he's okay, it's play on. No suspension. Someone else said, what, you can fire a gun and as long as you don't kill anybody, see you later. No offence. So, yeah, obviously it was an act that we don't want to see in the game. Lifting the leg like that, it could have been disaster for Campbell Graham's season. Luckily it wasn't. And, yeah, and then he only gets 3 weeks, which I'm not sure that's a right penalty for it anyway. So speaking of Campbell, he scored a good try just before half-time. And then Tass kept our hopes alive later in the game. But the Broncos were too good. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. The Renault try did hurt, though. When he scored and he's tapping the Bronco. Come on. That really did hurt, Renault, if you're watching this. So they were too good. They're going well. Reece Walsh, very hard to catch. Got some good players. Big Payne Haas up the middle. Pat Carrigan. So, well, we've got to regroup and get ready for the Tigers at Scully Park in Tamworth on Friday, 6 p.m. So, no messing around. It is a big game. And we have to start getting some wins to get our premiership hopes back on the line. It's Women in League round I mentioned earlier, and we are paying tribute to one of the leading pioneers of women's rugby league. The Rabbitohs will be wearing a jersey dedicated to South Sydney's own Maggie Maloney. Now let me show you Maggie Maloney. There she is there. Now that's a mural that's painted in James Street, Redfern, because that's where she grew up. It's on the back of the Vinnie's building, if anyone knows the area, in Cleveland Street. And yeah, she was a 15-year-old flying machine playing for the Blues. And the story goes, let me show you another pic of her. There she is in full flight. They called her the Dally Messenger of the Blues, going for a try in Saturday's match. So she played in this game. She was one of the first female rugby league stars. She was mesmerising crowds in the 1920s as a 15-year-old teenager. In one game, she scored 4 tries, and the crowd began chanting, "Maggie, Maggie," in the second half. Her feats are so immense that a mural, as I said, has been painted for her. And there's been calls now to call the Dally M Award the Maggie M Medal after this lady. And Maggie loved the Rabbitohs too, and her nickname in the team was South Maloney. And this is the Rabbitohs jersey. Now have a look there. You can see Maggie's there just next to the MG. There's her teammates up the top. And down there next to Maggie is the Redfern post office, I think it is, just to let people know that this is Maggie. She's a Rabbitoh from the area. So there you go. Excuse me, I'll just have a Bunnaby water. Water with a purpose. Excuse me. So that, yes, there you go. So we're going to celebrate our Women in League, and that's a good story. I didn't know about that, about Maggie M. And why not make her the Dally M medalist of the women equivalent? Because apparently, when that game was on, the powers that be didn't want nothing to do with it. And they barred the men from going and supporting it. But the great Dally M said, nah, I'm going to go and I'm going to support that game. And he went there and watched it, and he was full of praise for those girls. So that even would be even better for the story, that if Maggie M, who, Dally M was watching her play, got the honour of the medal named after her. Bunnies, excuse me again. Bunnies TV and Barnaby Water. Bunnies TV is proudly brought to you by Darrell Lee, and we've got the Rockley Road Raspberry Milk Chocolate here. Do yourself a favour. Also available in leading supermarkets. The Juniors group of clubs, and congratulations to a lady called Ben who won the car up at the club last week. And she was very lucky. She was very pleased. She won an MG car just for going to the juniors. So, great prize. Barnaby Water. You're watching this on our George's camera, our Canon camcorder. Thank you very much. Dot Bill Constructions, Blast Pit, and Sight Pizza. Now, the Jersey flag. Let me bring them up. They went down 22 points to 14. Now, we've got some footage here with thanks to my mate Milo. We'll just play it. I'll talk over the top. That's a nice pass there. Out to the Botany boy, Aaron Macy, who's scored in the corner. So they didn't start well, the boys. This was later in the game.
16, South Sydney 4.
Just showing you their tries. We're not going to worry about the Knights. But this is good work here from Jai Gray. He puts Granza Hardateri over, running a nice line there. And they were back in the game. Now they go right here. And it's a nice little kick there. I think it's Brett Hawkins. And that's Jude Saldana who gets the try. But unfortunately, he fell short. 22 points to 14 in that game. And Milo reported that Ethan Ferguson copped a bit from his old mates, the Newcastle boys, because he is a Newcastle junior, so that's to be expected. But he said there was a bit of stuff there that wasn't on, and the crowd weren't happy. And anyway, so I'm reporting that from that game. Now we've also got some footage of the Cup, who went better. They had a big 34-16 win.
Keeping the ball alive.
And we'll just go through the tries here. With thanks to Milo, they went out to the right. And this is Leonard Skelton diving over in the right corner there. And yeah, so there's a bit of quality in this game. Milo said they played rather well. And that's Josiah Karapani bursting over in the right again. And he just went off camera there. Now the second half. There's Jed Cartwright just bursting through and gets a meat pie of his own. First of two. And then they're going right again. And that's footy Dean Hawkins. Look at the footwork. The try. The headband there.
And that looks like Dean Hawkins.
Good with a boot too. We're not showing you any of the goals. So they've gone right again. I think that's footy doing there. Turned it on the inside. Offload. Is Pete Mamazelis. Look at this. Show and go. And then picks up Jed Cartwright for another try.
Jed Cartwright.
So it was a quality performance, Milo reported. There's a lot of first grade. He said Shaq Mitchell played well. And not to be outdone, that's Pete again. Puts
can
a
we do it?
Kick in, and that is Matt French who scored.
South
And it was a 6-3 win to our boys. So pretty happy that we can show the footage now and the photos on the live stream. Hope you've enjoyed that. The show's gone to another level. The production value, so pretty pleased that we're able to bring you that. And like I said, thank you to Milo. He actually took some photos as well at the day. He took a photo of Trell, Mitt and JD. He had his Bunnies TV hoodie on, so he was working for the show. So I thanked him for that, and he is a good man. So well done. And as he said Shaq had a blinder. He worked to a standstill. Benny Lovett did as well. Cartwright was solid. He said the first grade standard you could see in our boys out there in that New South Wales Cup. And Lazar said, good to see Matt French back. Yes, it is. And getting a try there, he's had a good day. So next week, the Flegg takes on the West Tigers midday at Lidcombe Oval, Sunday the 30th of July. And so we won't be streaming those games. I don't know if the New South Wales Rugby League will. Hopefully they do. The Cup boys, they're playing after them. They play the Magpies at 2 p.m. at the same venue, Lidcombe Oval, on the 30th of July. So that'll be interesting to see how the boys go. So it's Tigers week and Magpies week as well. French. I know who you meant there. Lazar, no worries. Now, we'll be back tomorrow to have a look at those teams for Team List Tuesday. Thanks to everyone who's been live chatting. And we'll see you tomorrow. Up the Mighty Rabbitohs. Thanks for joining.